International news coming in. The United Nations has adopted a resolution seeking a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. So that's the big news. Our UN has adopted the resolution for the ceasefire in Gaza, and India has voted in favor of the ceasefire in Gaza at the United Nations. Israel, meanwhile, has said at the UN that the ceasefire will happen only if the Hamas surrenders. Ceasefire if the Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar surrenders to the IDF. That is when the ceasefire will happen. Remember what started on 7th October after the massacre in Israel by the Hamas of not just Israelis but other ethnicities too, has now led to a full-blown war between Hamas and the IDF. And now there have been calls for ceasefire over the past weeks. Listen in first with the resolution adopted, India voting in favor of the ceasefire in Gaza. Here's what India has said.
India has voted in favor of the resolution just adopted by the General Assembly. The situation that this august body has been deliberating upon has many dimensions. There is the terrorist attack in Israel on 7 October and the concern for the hostages taken at that time. There is an enormous humanitarian crisis and the large-scale loss of civilian lives, especially of women and children. There is the issue of observing international humanitarian law in all circumstances. And there is the endeavor to find a peaceful and lasting two-state solution to the long-standing Palestine question. Our challenge in this extraordinarily difficult time is to strike the right balance. The gravity and complexity of what the international community faces is underlined by the Secretary-General invoking Article 99 of the Charter of the United Nations. We therefore welcome the fact that the international community has been able to find a common ground to address the multiple challenges facing the region right now. Thank you.
I honestly don't know how can someone look in the mirror and support a resolution that doesn't condemn Hamas and doesn't even mention Hamas by name. But you know what? I have an idea. If you want a real ceasefire, here is the right address. This is the phone number of Hamas's office in Gaza. You can all call +970 599 3765 and ask for Yahya Sinwar. Tell Hamas to put down their arms, turn themselves in, and return our hostages. This will bring a complete ceasefire that will last forever. No piece of paper, especially one that is adopted by a biased, politicized majority, will prevent Israel from defending itself against those that seek our destruction. Israel is fighting a war for her future. There is not a single member state here, not a single member state here that would act differently in a similar situation.